and it's glad to have you join me on another exciting edition of Visual Impressions on NTA. My name is Umar Muhammad. Now, the month of March is usually celebrated and dedicated to women who have excelled in different spheres of life. Celebrating women artists involves honoring their vital, often overlooked contributions to arts and history, and recognizing contemporary creators who reshape cultural narratives. We on Visual Impressions are going to show you some fantastic images of women in arts. Why don't you sit back and take a look?
2026 held its fair at EcoBank Pan-African Center, Victoria Island, Lagos, where artists like Kola Lawal exhibited their works. She expressed her happiness over being one of the exhibitors and the motive behind her painting.
So this artwork is called Proud Stance. It's an abstract art made in charcoal on card of a woman sitting down, not ashamed and very proud. Being a woman and being an artist, I feel like it's very important to recognize the unending role that women have always played in society. Even though women have been suppressed and oppressed over the millennia and the centuries, women are a fundamental part of society. And many times we don't believe that as women. It's not accepted. A lot of men will tell you, for instance, it's their mother that they remember. A lot of men will talk about how they were shaped by their mother or by their auntie or their grandmothers. So the artwork is a tribute to the woman and a reminder to the woman that she should be proud. She doesn't have to be a man to be proud, but she should be proud as she is on her own.
The fair witnessed an interactive session with Kumbi Oni, who gave a keynote address on building a sustainable career in visual arts.
When you think about your life as an artist, not this exhibition, not this year, but your life, how long do you imagine that life? 10 years, 20, 40. When you imagine yourself decades from now, still making, still thinking, what will sustain you? Is it talent, visibility, or funding? Recognition, or is it something else? Because whether you are here at 25 or 55, the question is the same. How do you build a life in this field that can be sustained over time?
The third edition of this art fair saw different artists and their works on display.
This is called Aftermath. It's a portrait of a black man sitting down, relaxing after going through a tough turmoil. When you come home and you relax. So I try to capture that feeling of tiredness, relaxation, exhaustion, just rest for the day after you've gone through a lot. That's the type of emotion or feeling that I try to capture in this work. Not necessarily like you failed or something, but you're just tired of a lot. The stress is just a lot and you just want to relax. So I'd like people to just see this and just feel that emotion, just feel free or relaxed. It's basically a freedom type of piece. There's nothing weighing you down, both physically or mentally. You're just at rest. You're just relaxing.
By myself. So this sculptural piece is like the embodiment of myself. The journey of me transcending to an artist. This movement and it's always standards are resilient against criticism, against all sorts of things as trying to stop me to be an artist. So I also put this to put like the way of the soldiers and the militaries, the police, because the code says soldiers does not go to the war because of his enemies, but he goes to the war because of his people back at home. So he goes to the war to fight, to protect his people back at home. So it's like a dedication to these people, and they go to the war to fight, to honor their people back at home, to make sure that our war is being fought and our families are being safe. This lantern starts at like fire burning in myself. Like this is what is keeping me going, and also to that the people back at home are the people that need them fighting, and they want to die for their people back at home. They are going to war every time, fighting because their children and wives and families are back home. So that's fire that's keeping them going.
This work is actually inspired by how we gain experiences as humans and as Africans. So this particular work is titled Under the Watch of the Elders. So it's inspired by this Yoruba saying that it takes a community to raise a child. So that is why you can see adults like ants in the background with stretched hands on him, like they're trying to raise a child, basically. So everything you see here, they're made with paper. So what I do is I cut the paper and I layer them to create my images here. I have a background in geophysics, so there is something in geophysics called layering and contouring. So I guess that flowed into my practice as an artist. Then how long it took me? This work took me about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks. This is a figurative art piece. It's not abstract at all.
I'm a metal sculptor. So I work with 3-dimension and 2-dimensional objects. Actually, my medium of work, I use metal to make my sculptures, and I use resin, which is fiberglass, and I use a varieties of materials in terms of note, board, discarded materials, washers, and different junks material. I use them to create an aesthetic work of art. This my work here, as you can see, it portrays an angel. It's like it's symbolizing not relenting. Actually, what this work symbolizes again, it symbolizes strength. It symbolizes aspiration. It symbolizes grace also. As we human beings, we all have the strength and the effrontery to move from one vicinity to another. We ought not have a natural comfort zone for ourselves. So in depth of us, we have these wings, we have this ability to fly, for which it's kind of invisible to us. But you on your own self, you yourself, you know what you need. So that ability for you to move from one direction to another, you have it. The title of this work is it's pulling out.
Yes, these are my works. These are my sculptures.
What is it made of?
These are made of motorcycle chains and metal rods. And these are the representation of Benin Queen, documenting the Benin culture. So I try to go through the modeling process to document my works, to document the Benin culture using motorcycle chain.
Which state are you from?
I'm from Oyo State.
So why do you not go to Benin?
Actually, I love Benin culture. I'm fascinated by the use of their elaborate beads and the way they document their culture. They're one of the states in Nigeria that I've seen that still maintain that cultural value.
The organizer speaks on this year's edition.
So this exhibition has actually been going on for quite a long time. This is a third edition in EcoBank. So EcoBank has allowed us to really amplify the number of artists we can showcase. So it's really about, we have so many talented Nigerian artists, and we don't have enough galleries to show their work. So it's really about giving them a platform to engage with the public, for galleries to come and pick up artists, work with them, develop them. And so we do a lot of programming here as well. And this year's theme was, as I said, inclusivity. So we do a call each year, but this year we did a call. We also went out on the road. We went to 17 states over a period of like 33 days, traveling around. Went to the north, the east, and the southwest, looking for artists in underserved communities. Of course, the fair is curated. So we definitely, we had a lot of entries, over 1,500 entries this year. So we pick for the best artists based on their presentation, the level of storytelling, the medium that they used. And the fair actually has 4 different sections: photography, fine arts, digital, and sculpture. So there are different sections depending on your art expression. So yeah, the fairs, and the public are coming in, they're engaging, they're buying as well. So it's sometimes artists need encouragement. Actually, they need to feel like, okay, I'm on the right path, let me keep going. A lot of artists actually want to give up because it's not easy, it's tough. People are like, I don't want to be an artist, and people want their kids to do professional things, but no, art is actually a viable means of it's a career. So that's why we have people that are coming from internationally. There was the workshop going on now. As I said, we have Mrs. Kumbi Oni from the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and who's taking them through global best practices of how to have her talk today this morning was having a sustainable career of art, just not having a long-term. What do you need to do to stay in the game? You can have the show, but what next? So she's doing a workshop now about that. So I want to encourage artists to let them know that we're here to support you. Of course, it's also inclusivity, regional. I've discussed. For female artists, a lot of female artists, sometimes they drop off after a while because they get married, children, and like, where am I going to get a proper job? So how are we supporting them? How can we support them with materials, with just mentorships, and then looking at art as a tool for therapy as well. We see a lot of art is a really powerful tool for those with special needs. So we have a panel discussion, one on the women artists, that issue, another one on using art as therapy.
Next is a video from the Turkish Cultural Center in Abuja, an exhibition titled Iki Asha, Two Cultures and One Vision, a juxtaposition of Nigerian art and Turkish art in a single video frame panoramically captured for your viewing pleasure. Let's take a look.
In a world where borders divide maps, art unites hearts. Welcome to Iki Asha, Two Culture, One Vision, a powerful photo exhibition held at the prestigious Turkish Cultural Center. This extraordinary showcase brings together the rich heritage of Nigeria and Turkey, captured through the lens of creativity, culture, and connection. Each photographer tell a story of tradition and modernity, of color, identity, of rhythm and resilience, from the vibrant expressions of Nigerian life to the timeless elegance of Turkey artistry. Each photographers tell a story of tradition and modernity, of color, identity, of rhythm and resilience, from the vibrant expressions of Nigerian life to the timeless elegance of Turkey artistry.
I warmly welcome you to Iki Ashar, Two Cultures, One Vision, a photo exhibition that celebrates connection, collaboration, and the powerful language of art. We would also like to recognize the presence of the Ambassador, His Excellency Mehmet Poroy, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey. Please can we put our hands together for him. Tonight here in Abuja, we gather not just to view photographs, but to witness a dialogue between cultures, a virtual conversation that reminds us that our histories and geographies may differ, but creativity continues to unite us in the most meaningful ways. This exhibition is a reflection of shared stories, shared humanity, and shared vision between Nigeria and Turkey. Through each frame and each captured moment, we see how culture travels, how identity is preserved, and how art becomes a bridge between nations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here, for showing up for arts, for culture, and for the continued strengthening of global relationships through creativity. It is a good place to put your hands together for yourselves. Without further ado, I would like to please welcome His Excellency Mehmet Poroy, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey, for his opening remarks. Please can we put our hands together for him.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you today to the opening of this photography exhibition hosted by the Yunus Emre Institute, which is the Turkish Cultural Center in Abuja. We are especially pleased that this meaningful event has been realized in cooperation with the Nigerian Presidency Office for Art, Culture and the Creative Economy under the leadership of the Chief Advisor and Head of Office, Mr. Ayomide Adeagbo. I would like to sincerely thank him for his vision, support and strong commitment to fostering cultural collaboration. Thank you very much.
His Excellency Mehmet Poroy, the Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey, spoke at length as he emphasized that this exhibition is more than a display of photographs, but a reflection of the growing friendship between Turkey and Nigeria.
Shope Adelaya and Mr. Anik Bogu Oziome Uche are here. Thank you very much. And congratulations for your work and also for your contributions to the Nigeria-Turkey friendship and cultural relations.
Diplomatic community, senior governmental officials here, Mariam is here, special advisor to the president also, and my fellow creatives, because I always tell people I'm still creative, even being an essay to the president. For me, this is very important, having such an event, because we've always preached collaboration, facilitation, and diplomacy, and here we're doing the three at the same time. This is
Ayomide Adeagbo, the Special Assistant to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Art, Culture and Creative Economy, applauded the Turkish for collaborating with the Nigerian creative as it encourages the Nigerian creative ecosystem.
Cultural and creative ecosystem, beyond Nigeria.
Advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for Art, Culture and Creative Economy, Mr. Ayomide Adeagbo. Our esteemed Director, Mr. Fatih Erkim Mahdoum, distinguished officials of the institution, our valued artists, and our esteemed guests, I sincerely and respectfully greet you all. I hope that this exhibition will serve as a bridge for building a new friendship between Turkey and Nigeria through the power of art. Today, it is a great honor and pleasure for me to be here together with you, distinguished artists from Nigeria. Shope Adelaya and Anibo Ozioma Uchi. This exhibition is a meaningful result of the strong collaboration between the Yunus Emre Institute and the Office of the Arts, Culture and Creative Economy of the Special Advisor of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Professor Dr. Tuna Ake in absential emphasized that art is a universal language that builds connection between societies, and he hopes this exhibition will further strengthen the friendship between Turkey and Nigeria.
Okay, so just before we begin the exhibition, we are going to be cutting the ribbon.
Guests walk through the gallery. They experience not just photographs, but emotions, pride, curiosity, and inspiration.
I'm a photographer. I'm exhibiting today. That's my work, and my work basically tries to reflect, stories about life, about culture, about artists. I always try to pay attention to what message am I trying to tell through my work, and there's always a message. And for this photograph, this is a very major festival in Nigeria. I started working on this project to sort of, things are changing with the globalization and everything. Our culture tends to, suffer for it. So I try to use my platform, documenting things like this, archiving them. So years from now, we can still have a feel or understanding, even if we're not there, about my work, about our culture, about festivals. So the story behind this picture is very deep. But I'll answer your question first, which is, I think it's reflecting, this community where this picture was taken, is one of the very indigenous communities. Not so many people live here because there's a lot of challenges. This is Borno State actually, it's a community in Borno State, and it's called Ngala. And I really wanted to pass a message of hope. When you talk about hope, you talk about light. See the way the light of the picture, still captures, the whole subjects, captures the environment, and I feel like this picture strongly reflects that message.
Okay, I am Anibogo Ozioma Uchi. I'm known by the brand name Ozi Visuals. I'm a portrait photographer, documentary photographer, and filmmaker as well. And we're here at the Turkish Cultural Institute to exhibit some of our photographs. So this photograph was taken in Kano State. There was a farm, so there were some irrigation projects going on in the area, and these are portraits of a lady. They're carrying fertilizers. You can see this 2010-5. These are fertilizer mixes for their farms. So they're basically carrying fertilizers to go and fertilize the farm. Yeah, so this photo is very striking. Like we say, we are seeing fertilizers on her head, and she's representing, the food we eat in the nation. It all came from somewhere. There are people who worked, who tilled the ground, who planted, and their harvest is what gets to us, and we all eat and are satisfied. So these people, we don't get to see them every day. They are hidden in the farms, they are hidden in the backgrounds, but they are very crucial to our well-being, eating healthy food. So she's literally carrying our food on our head. So that's why. Because when you look at this picture, you can see the lovely sunsets in the background, and this boy is happy on a tree, taking in the beauty of the landscape. So you had to be there. It was a really, really beautiful, and this is a very striking picture. So it just shows that there's a lot of beauty to behold in this world. You just have to look around you, and that's what this represents.
My name is Adiago. I am the Special Assistant to the President on Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy. It's so obvious that culture can be used, to unite a country together. Nigeria is a country blessed with different cultural backgrounds and heritage, and I feel like if we immerse ourselves, if we get familiar with our culture and all, there's going to be more unity in the country. Culture is a diplomatic language, and that's what we're here. That's what we're trying to do, to have a relationship, with other countries diplomatically through culture. I think the first thing for the federal government is the creation of the Federal Ministry of Art, Culture and Creative Economy. It shows that we are focused on culture. For us, culture and creativity is not just by the way again, it's a serious thing. And with the way Nigeria is growing, we have a lot of creatives and a lot of cultural creatives in the country, and they're doing well for themselves. So what are we doing as a government? Policy. We're making sure we have good policies that would help our creatives in the country. We've worked on the intellectual property, we've worked on copyright, we're working on other policies that will help creativity in Nigeria.
It's how we have once in a month where we talk about things relating to Turkey and Nigeria. We also have, we're having a collaboration with also the Kaduna Movie Festival where we showcase our movies. And in the future, we're also looking forward to having other collaborations that will foster a relationship between the two countries.
Well, I hope you enjoyed every bit of that video, viewing those exhibitions, especially Iki Asha. I enjoyed the juxtaposition of the two cultures, Nigerian and Turkish culture. Well, that was extremely creative and mind-blowing. Well, I have to call it a day today. My name is Omar Mohammed, and I hope to see you again next week. So enjoy your day.